be our shaft.
He's dead, Jim. Fascinating. He's dead, Jim.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Trek in the Valley, the non-encyclopedic Star Trek The Original Series rewatch podcast, where every week, myself, Adam Ordal Quinnell, and my co-host,
Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Al Hirt here. What's up?
Mr. Al Hirt. What is up, everybody? Indeed, it's a slightly less hot week in the valley, but still hot.
There's
still
clouds.
There's still room. It's fucked up that there's clouds and it's still like hot as fuck.
Yeah.
It's like it's actually not fascinating. It's a huge bummer. I have to. It was such a pain in the ass to put this soundboard together, and I really need to figure out a better, more efficient way because I want more samples. But you know, it's just like. So every week we get together and we discuss an episode of Star Trek The Original Series. We have a little chat about last week's episode. We talk about an episode for this week, and then we discuss like what we're watching, what's going on, and
Just kind of try to pull some meaning out of this.
Yeah, well, I mean, we give a little rating. Yeah.
Dude, it's been so many episodes now that we pretty much have it down pat, like the formulas of how these episodes are made now.
And well, also
I've been saying Frankenstein together like for the past 7 episodes.
Yeah, I really feel like they're just pulling from a lot of stuff we've already seen before and some broad ideas. And
it's cool though. They have a little piece of like crazy lore dropping here and there. What is it? They explained why everybody looks the same in the costumes because, like, there's bipedal society or
because they sent out bipedal spermazoa to all the planets, which I think is similar. We've talked. There's people. We're not in it. We're non-encyclopedic Star Trek podcast
by any means.
But they talk about the people who created bipeds in Deep Space Nine as well, or Next Generation. Where they talk about why, and I think it's a reference to that original episode from so many years ago. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so Al, as usual, last week we talked about an episode called Wink of an Eye.
Wink of an Eye.
And for season 3, we've had our little segment. What does Al remember about last week's episode? Lay it on me. What happened?
So they're flying to a planet because they have a distress signal or a call, right?
Tale as old as time.
Right, yeah. I forgot. I think it's like Saros or something.
Wow,
Saros.
You're getting more specific than I would imagine.
I forgot the planet.
I don't know. It's fast, speedy.
So they land there. And turns out the footage that they've seen is old, but they find that out after. But anyways, they one of the red shirts is drinking a cup of water or something, and he just disappears.
In a flash.
Yeah, but he drinks the water from the creek, I guess, on the planet, right?
Yeah.
And then I guess it infects the coffee, and Kirk drinks it eventually.
Well, Kirk is poisoned. Like somebody puts it in his coffee intentionally.
Right.
And she did that on the planet too. Speedy lady.
Right. Because there was whistles on the planet.
Yeah, it sounds like little bugs. So there's basically the Enterprise finds a bunch of
it's like
speed freaks.
Yeah, and then I guess what happens when you drink that is that you start moving so fast in time that everything gets super slow, and you're like, I guess in another universe. What is that called?
Well, we call it the Speed Force.
Yeah, exactly, the Speed Force.
I believe in the Speed Force in terms of where my fast people come from.
Exactly. So then he meets a chick. Chick falls in love with him. And didn't she want all the guys from the Enterprise crew?
They wanted to freeze the Enterprise crew and use them as they wanted to for reproduction and mating and shit.
But they wanted to bait them too to get other
ships.
It's like it's weird.
These are people moving at a hyper speed, and they make Kirk move at a hyper speed as well.
Kirk leaves a message for Spock. I think Spock finds it or figures out what's going on. Bones is like, hey, I kind of made a drink, kind of like what the Speed Force people use. Maybe we should test it. And Spock's like, nope, I'm just going to drink
No
it.
time to test it, buddy. Kerblomp.
And then he goes into the Speed Force. And then they both find like that source of energy.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, there's that nod.
I love it's so funny because Kirk has been on his own in the Speed Force watching everybody on the crew move real slow. And then fucking Spock shows up walking normally and Kirk's just like, oh, all right. And they nod at each other like,
hell yeah.
Spock's like, that's right. We figured it out, motherfucker.
And then the really funny gag at the end as soon as they just leave these aliens to perish, I guess. Spock kind of does his thing and repairs the ship real quick.
Yeah, they should.
Comes off of the Speed Force.
They should bottle some of that water and bring it with them. But one thing that I think you and I didn't, we were so excited to talk about the super fast people that we just referred to them as like being in the Speed Force and shit. I don't think we ever explained that's what's happening is these people are moving super fast, so everybody else looks slow, and that's why they sound like little bugs whistling or little bees buzzing.
They're moving so fast.
Yeah.
But then it's like, wouldn't they? No, I'm trying to figure out. Was it because they were there because something happened to them, like because they drank?
There was radiation. There was radiation in the water and shit.
Dude, and then it's funny because as soon as
they could have just given them the antidote.
Exactly. As soon as the episode ended, you were just like, wow, that wasn't very like Star Trek.
Just give them the antidote. I don't know.
They should have. Because, the first season,
now you killed
the antidote.
You killed one of the crew, man. You don't get the antidote, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
They killed old what's-his-ass.
In the Speed Force.
When he was in the...
shot.
He got touched.
Oh, that's
because
right.
when you're in the Speed Force, if you get a little cut, your speed leaks out and you age really fast. It was fucked up. It didn't make any sense. That doesn't even make sense as far as like getting old fast goes.
Yeah, it was strange though. I don't know. I just remembered it being interesting.
Honestly, talking back on it now, like so many of these episodes, talking back on it now, I'm like, actually, that's pretty cool. Like, I probably would give every episode an extra half a point. If like I reflected on it for a week and then talked about it again.
Just reading through the compendium, actually, I read it online because I don't even carry it anymore. But
we get it. You can read.
No, I mean, just seeing the titles back and back to back to back, like you can kind of remember them now from this season in particular.
Oh, we're going to see.
Because they're all just so like, I don't know. They're all very, I guess... They're distinct, but some are awkward and some are fantastic. Like this is a very weird like mishmash of episodes this season.
I have touched the sky and the earth is hollow. The earth is hollow and I have touched the sky. It's like
not a wild concept.
You could do a meme or whatever that's like is it a Star Trek title or is it something a wizard would say?
Yeah.
I think they could go either way. Even, I guess the Empath is pretty. The Empath, literally that title does sound like the title of a Tool song.
Yeah.
Like you'd be like, oh, the patient, the Empath. So that was last week. Wink of an eye.
Wink of an eye, yeah.
This week, we get to a very strange episode where...
Even more bizarre. There's no Speed Force.
It kind of feels like the sets were at the cleaners for this one, and we'll get into that. But this episode, the title is The Empath, which does conjure images of Deanna Troi in my head. It aired on December 6th, 1968, motherfucker. Wow. Yep, very old, 57 years. And the synopsis from our scribe at Paramount Plus, the Bard themselves, is the landing party is used to test an empathic race.
Huh.
Wow. All right.
Okay.
And
That's pretty much
so let's get into it. As usual, starts with an amazing remastered shot of the Enterprise. We watch the remastered Paramount Plus HD original series.
Yep, on Paramount Plus.
And they are not our sponsor. We say that, and it's just like, well, I don't know. They got some other good stuff. That Evil show is fine. Anyway, they beam down onto a planet where there's a research station that was gonna. By they, I mean, of course, Kirk and Bones and Spock.
Yeah, this is a very central gang focused.
Kablamo! They're on the planet, and this was a research station that was researching a star that was going nova. And Kirk and the gang are coming to evacuate them because that star done gung go nova. Yeah. And it's going to kill everything on this planet.
But when they get down there...
Wahapa! It's all dust. Mm-hmm. It's like there's... they find a little wooden tape. They call it a tape, but we know it's a little wooden block.
Those wooden blocks are dope.
If I ever make it in showbiz and I can spend money on dumb shit, dude, you're going to see me with a stack of screen-used Star Trek The Original Series data tapes. Mm-hmm. And so there's going to be a solar storm, too. So now there's a fucking solar storm coming, a star that's going to go nova. And
the ticking clock.
Again, they just can't. They just can't tick the clocks enough on this fucking show, man. Yep. And we'll talk about Save the Cat. That's another screenwriting thing. And so the boys got to stay on the planet while the ship goes away until the solar storm passes, because of course the away team will be safe from the radiation because of the atmosphere around the planet.
That's right.
You may have been wondering.
Like, get out of here.
Get out of here, Scotty. You'll get melted in the goddamn Enterprise. That's what they do.
The main characters. It's what is it? Bones, Spock, and Kirk.
Yup.
And while they're looking at this data tape, you see this weird, again, ringing again, and you see these two scientists just lose their shit.
And then they disappear.
So like, what?
So they're watching a data tape of these scientists who get crazy and disappear, and then they start hearing the sound.
It's freaky.
You all freaked
it's like
out.
The Ring or not?
Oh,
yeah, right.
It's like tape. Yeah,
or you'll die in 7 days.
You'll go boing into a black set, into a black box theater with nothing in it. You go to a dark airplane hangar because that's what happens. Really. They blink out of this room.
I think, oh my gosh, see, now I'm looking too deep into it, but maybe they did that just to, incite fear. You're just like, what the fuck is this? There's just like nothing going on.
Oh, I feel like it's
cool if it was like a big white room.
I feel like maybe the designer was sick. I feel like the set designer had diarrhea for 4 days. So they were just like, fuck it. We'll go into a black set. And then
they
space.
Have that one bed thing.
They do. Yes, there's a bed. I forgot about I'm just remembering now that this is actually a very interesting episode. The Empath, the titular Empath, is a fascinating alien who makes the most hilarious fucking faces.
Oh, yeah. She's a mute, right?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Which I think, funny enough, I think that's still politically correct. I think we can still say she's a mute.
Okay.
That's one of the things we got. We still got it. Mute.
But yes, she cannot speak.
They wake up in a dark, literally, it's just a black set with nothing.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the Old West, the Old West thing where they just didn't build walls. And they're 121 meters beneath the planet. That's like a football field and another quarter of a football field, man. That's pretty deep.
Yeah, maybe with the end zones. Yeah.
So one interesting thing at 4 minutes and 45 seconds that kind of ties this back to last week's The Wink of an Eye. He says, we've been beamed by technology similar to our own transporters. It's like, oh, now you fucking remember that things can teleport? Like last week somebody disappeared and you were like, what?
Yeah, they always get really surprised by that.
Yeah, they get really surprised. It's like, maybe you're not the only ones that can beam, motherfucker.
Or they get scared and it's like you've seen something way more terrifying the week before. Dude, like seeing that worm eat rocks in the first season, I would just be like, whatever. Everything after that.
Dude, first season was so boss. Like, looking back on it now, these motherfuckers should be prepared for anything. And one thing that's going to become important later, Kirk got a little cut on his forehead when he was transporting. Right. Hopefully there's an empath that can fix it for him.
So they're just wandering around
in a totally dark. They're following
the realm of darkness.
They're following a tricorder that has a life form on it, but it's undistinguishable. And then it opens up. The lights come up on a beautiful lady wearing a purple see-through chiffon gown.
What's her name? The guest star.
The guest star, the titular empath gem. It's Catherine Hayes.
Catherine Hayes. Shout out to Catherine Hayes.
Shout out to Catherine Hayes and her grandchildren. Oh my God. She was on As the World Turned, One Life to Live. She did an SVU in 2007.
I've probably seen it.
Yeah, probably. You're a little
What
freak.
Season?
You're a little freak. It would be impossible for me to find out. It's so tiny.
Oh, okay.
So they're analyzing her. Spock is analyzing the planet and all this shit, and he's saying no life form such as this lady, Spock says, could evolve here. It doesn't make any sense that there would be a lady in a chiffon gown on a... Oh, there she is. We get the first...
There's no light. There's no water. There's nothing. There's just people... It's just there's no way. There's no way somebody could grow up, right?
Kirk's talking to her. Right, yeah. There's no way that she could have been a child here. And
teleported as well.
And she looks so hilariously afraid. She holds her hands up in a very dramatic way. And they find out that she doesn't have vocal cords. Not even vestigial vocal cords.
Whoa.
Right? So it's she's perfectly healthy. She just ain't got no vocal cords. And they say maybe your species doesn't have vocal cords. And Kirk says a race of mutes. It's like, Kirk, get that. I don't like how he said it.
That was rough.
And there has been, and they say it's just like Gamma Strigel 4, which is also a mute planet, I guess.
Yeah. And they're all they always do this too, but they always just talk in front of them like they can't hear anything that they're saying.
Yes. And
just addressing this person as a subject. They're like, oh, that's so weird.
She's a plant.
She can't talk.
Like she's a plant.
Well, she must be telepathic, sir.
Well, and that's what they say. Spock knows she's probably not telepathic because, and I checked his numbers on this. He's right. 98% of telepathic species send as well as receive thoughts.
Yeah, of course.
So
that's
no shit.
The best part.
Fuck you, Kirk.
You
no
would
shit.
Probably find out immediately if they were a telepath. Like that guy with the syringe.
Yeah.
He's like, don't stick that in me. I'll stick it in myself.
With the telepathy, yes.
Weird.
Bones decides to call... He names her Gem because he says, well, it's better than Hey You.
Yes.
But I think it's because he sees her as a rare gem.
Well, it comes off creepy, too, because it's Bones as well.
Yeah, Bones is a freak. He has been getting married and having babies with people. Right. And then, blam, we're introduced to the aliens causing all this shit. I call them in my notes Brainos.
Yeah.
They have very testicular looking heads.
Yeah, and the brow's thick.
I felt like when I saw them from behind that they were going to reuse the pulsing brain heads from the pilot episode. But no, they just got new brain heads.
Yeah, that would be cool if it was the same aliens, but I guess they didn't even think of consistency or lore building or whatever. Right?
Yeah, and they want to do something different. And so these aliens have these strange devices that they use to knock people over and hurt them. And they're basically, they seem like they're doing some sort of heinous experiment.
How did they find out? Does Kirk get teleported and they find these vats or something with the scientists' names on them?
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah. So they're going to find, or did they find it already and we talked over it?
No. They're teleporting them or they're taking them somewhere right now. I think they find out.
Yeah. No, they didn't see him yet. I was scrubbing the timeline. So that now the Brainos, they trap the away team in a very gay, a very queer force field.
Yes.
It is
fabulous.
It is very good. And it's got a good effect too. You can see the breaks in the frame for the lights.
Maybe
it's a pretty cool force field effect.
Maybe having a black dark set too helps the light effects
maybe
look cooler.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it does stand out against the background.
Here,
yeah.
Yeah,
And
it looks like a walnut, their heads.
so the walnut head motherfuckers say the stronger these guys fight, the harder the force field gets, which is also gross.
Quicksand effect there, huh?
And they just took
Can't resist.
they took a blood sample from Gem, it looks like.
Oh, that's right. I don't know why I thought of that case yet. They must time later.
There must be an exit other than the one that we saw. So they leave to go analyze Gem's blood.
I think that's what's refreshing, though, always about Star Trek is that they're immediately trying to figure out what's going on. It's not like a point of, there's no like character building or something.
We got to figure out what's going. We
need to get the hell out of here. Like, that's the whole fucking plot.
Oh, she's being dramatic and looking away from him. And then she looks him right in his fucking face. And she sees that his head is cut. Oh, no.
Oh, yes. And then all these,
no.
telepathy, healing power things.
Yeah, her empathy. Oh, and then, oh, there's a little twinkle. I didn't see that the first time. She waves her hand over Kirk's head, and his cut does a little twinkle and disappears, and then it appears on her head.
Do you know what I just saw the other day? X-Men, the original movie with Rogue. And then she hugs, what is it? Hugs Wolverine, and she like takes his wounds or whatever.
Yeah.
I was thinking of this. I was like, oh, nice.
Yeah, that original.
It's kind of like the same.
Oh, she's so tired.
Effect.
Yeah. It is a very roguish power. Mm-hmm. And so here's where they're starting to say, this is what's fucked up about...
She takes other people's powers. But anyways.
Yeah, this is what's fucked up about this episode. Because Bones just watched this lady magically heal Kirk's cut on his head, and he says, she's an empath. And it's like, that's what you got out of that? And see, I always thought of an empath as somebody who can like read the emotions of people. Mm-hmm. But what they're saying is her nervous system is so empathic that it can link with yours and fix it.
Like she feels so bad for you that she could fix your broken arm.
Yes.
Her arm is now broken.
For a second, then it's better.
It's fucking weird.
It is fucking weird. But
there's got to be a different word for that other than empath.
It really...
I think of like telepathy.
It might, yeah. I mean, well, she's
with emotions, though. I don't know.
The thing is, it's like I had a point for a second, and it's just fucking gone, you know. And they're walking through a dark set. There's a giant.
That's where they find it.
There we go. So we're getting some structure now. There's some hallway-ish. They set up half a hallway, and then they find this laboratory.
Yeah, it's creepy.
It is very creepy. Everything is so dark. Yeah. Even stuff that you might want to see is very dark. And that's when Kirk finds Dr. Ozaba and Dr. Linky in tubes dead. And they say subject Linky and subject Ozaba on the tubes. Jeez. Holy shit.
It's like what is it? The menagerie.
Yes, a little bit, but they're dead like bugs that have been pinned to a wall. Ugh. The only thing that could be creepier than that is if they had empty tubes that had Kirk and Bones and Spock's name on them. Like, that's the only way. So we come after the break and, oh my God, they've got empty tubes that say subject Spock. And then
there's no last name. They're just like, you know what? It's whatever they call each other.
Yeah, and honestly, Kirk, we're not going to have multiple Spocks.
Yeah.
Did it say Bones?
No,
subject. It said McCoy.
It said McCoy.
It said McCoy.
That would have been funnier if it said Bones.
Oh my God, yes.
That's like when the people dug those graves for. Remember when the parents they had those graves because of the kids or whatever that were on the planet. The ghost that convinced them.
Sure.
Yes. Like all the soldiers' first names.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, that kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't really know, but I guess. Yeah, that's why it just comes off so weird.
Oh, so Bones or Spock and Kirk are talking to one of the aliens who's like, "There's not a lot of time. We gotta hurry." And then Spock gives them the old Vulcan nerve pinch, and the thing goes down. And then
immediately try to escape. It's pretty dope.
They just walk into the
It
darkness.
seems too suspiciously easy.
Yeah, the guy gets up
Right
as they walk off.
Neck pinch.
Yeah, it's almost as though it had no effect on him. And then another one shows up, and they're watching the crewmen walk away with Jem.
As if they're like observing their subjects.
It's almost as
Creepy.
though they're observing their subjects. And now there's a rock in the background.
Yeah.
Hey, we get to a set. Mm-hmm. So they walk outside, and I find funny. So there's a solar storm happening, right? And I think it's fucking hilarious that they correlated solar winds to actual winds on the planet. Like the astronomers that listen to this podcast can prove me wrong. But I feel like if there's a solar storm, it wouldn't cause actual wind. It would just like give you radiation or like melt your skin off your bones or make your electronics melt.
Well, that's what they heard back then, right? Solar winds.
Yeah.
It's like, what wind?
This is a year before they land on the moon.
Yeah.
It's a year before they fake the fucking moon landing.
You heard it here, folks.
Oh, they see, and then in the wind they see Scotty and the search party, and Scotty looks so happy to see them. He's too happy.
Scotty wouldn't come down. He would not give up the chair so easily.
And and he's not supposed to bring the ship in with the solar winds anyway, solar storm anyway, and yet the brainos, the walnut heads, are watching Kirk. And Kirk confronts them, and they blast him with their things, and it slows him down. The slow motion acting is so funny. Shatner's slow-mo acting is so great because the wind around him is going normal speed, and he's like pretending to slow down.
And they like slightly try to slow the footage too.
Yeah, but you can definitely tell that he was pretending to go slow. And then what? Fucking Scotty and this rescue party just disappear, and Spock says it must have been a mirage.
Yeah, Bones is like, what happened? Spock's like, we probably never should have ran that way.
And then Jem shows up acting like Lassie, basically, like, oh, Timmy's in the well, like making like motions for them to follow, and whoops, they show up. And do they watch Kirk be slow, or are they not there yet?
No, I think it seems like they're not in a rush to head back.
Yeah, I guess. So the walnut heads are watching Kirk slowly fall over.
It's a pretty useless weapon, honestly.
Look at him go.
Every time they use it, they just watch the subject slowly collapse.
Oh, hold on. Good. I thought the recording stopped, but it didn't.
Okay.
It just said there was a little bit of feedback, and I said, fuck you, dog.
So as it slowly collapse.
And then they show up, Spock and Bones. Oh, what's going on? Oh, yeah. And then Spock and Bones show up. Mm-hmm. And Jem. And we still don't really know what these people are studying.
Yeah, and I mean, Kirk goes, the aliens wanted just one specimen to torture and mess with, and so Kirk obviously volunteers himself and tells the other crewmates to go up with Jem.
Good call.
And I mean, as soon as they leave,
they just disappear. And Kirk's like, you said one specimen. One. You just took two.
Safe, whatever.
Tell me where they are. Tell me.
Flares.
You said you'd let them go.
He's like hamming
Oh my God. Okay, so he's hamming it up, and when he attacks the walnut heads, one of the walnut heads just points at the other one, and then the other one shoots Kirk. One guy's got the gun, the other guy doesn't, and he just points at him, and he's like... And Scotty and the bridge crew are watching this planet or the sun just melt. Yeah. It's like it really looks like it's gonna go nova. We should have watched the side by side because I bet it's pretty. I just love that we rewound it and the guy points. Look, that's a really cool. They should have showed it for longer. Really cool sun.
It's a good shot.
So they say it's 17 hours until the solar flares reside. And the readings, of course, for the solar flare are very on the Ritter scale. That's how they measure solar flares. Basically, they got 17 hours before they can attempt to break
go
orbit.
back. Yeah.
and go into orbit. And then this is
it's a really good cuz.
Really good joke. Sulu turns around to Scotty and he says, "Do you suppose our landing party could be in any danger?" And Scotty says, "That's not likely. The planet's atmosphere will give them ample protection. And if I know Captain Kirk, he'll be more worried about us than we are about him."
And it just cuts to Kirk being tortured.
Kirk, it's like he's in a Hellraiser movie. Yeah. They've got his arms chained up and they're zapping him.
Half crucifixion thing going on.
Yeah.
And hard to breathe.
Also,
when you're up like that.
Shatner really beefed up for this. He looks real good.
He must have gotten the note about this, that they were going to be shirtless this week.
And basically, he's just saying, the aliens are like, "Look, we've seen your passion, we've seen your intellect. Now we want to see your courage." And basically, it looks like they're trying to test what makes a human good.
Yeah.
Like, they don't really care about, like, the base, like baser instincts or anything.
They're always super surprised at how much torture humans can take, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and he keeps pointing. He points at his buddy, and his buddy zaps Kirk. That is a pretty good effect of Shatner levitating with his arms in the chains. And he's got some real weird moaning and pain that he does. And she takes some of his pain. And maybe that's what they're testing.
Visualizing it. I think they're trying to figure out how Gem can help people being tortured telepathically. But it's just kind of messed up because they have to keep torturing people. So,
oh no, we know what it is at the end. That's not it exactly. It's they're training her to see if her society is ready to be saved from the supernova.
Yeah, that's right. The supernova, the solar flares.
Yeah,
right?
well, the solar flares are probably a result of the supernova. Yeah, but that's so the Enterprise showed up basically to evacuate those scientists because of the supernova.
Yeah.
And then they find this. So isn't it kind of interesting that they went down there to check on a Federation experiment and they found other aliens doing an experiment in the same area, but for different reasons?
These dickhead scientists.
That's actually pretty cool.
Getting tortured.
And so now the Walnut Heads watch as Gem rubs her hands on Kirk's face and makes enormous eyes at him.
Yeah, I feel like they wrote this, too, so they can get a lot of B-rolls, of her face and emotion.
Oh, look at that face. And Kirk starts feeling better.
He's like, whoa, what's going on?
And Spock and Bones are held back by the gay rainbow force field. And man, when she takes Kirk's pain from it, because his wrists are all fucked up from the chains, and she writhes around a little bit, and then the wounds disappear from Kirk's wrists and appear on hers.
Yeah, they dig and seep into her wrist.
And she's just like, oh no, I cannot speak.
Yeah. But then you see her eventually heal, but, she used, quote unquote, too much power, therefore I must pass out.
Yeah, she used all of her mana.
She did a Zeta flare.
Yeah, she used all of her prana, as they call it in one of the anime I'm watching.
She fainted.
And so Kirk is worried that she used her power too much. And he said, could she be in danger? And Bones said, I mean, if she gives away all of her power, yeah, she could die. So they're basically trying to say, Spock or Bones say that if she pushes herself too far, she should have a self-preservation mechanism that will kick in and force her to stop doing it. For self-preservation, I said self-preservation literally when Bones was saying it. Holy shit. I thought I didn't remember this episode. I could sit down and transcribe it right now. And Kirk is just trying to remember what happened. And Bones doesn't really know what they're doing to him. and she's just laying on the ground smiling.
And Kirk was like, I'm fine, right? And Bones is like, I do want to take the credit, but she did all the work.
And it keeps cutting to Jem, and she's just like smiling with her eyes kind of sleepy and open, laying on a rug. It's just fucking, the set design on this is hilarious.
They left the power device that Spock finds, and he's like, well, I mean, it seems like maybe a remote to get in and out, but then they're all kind of freaked out because they got tricked into leaving last time, so they're like, why would they leave this here?
Yep.
And while they're conversating and calling him captain and all that,
Walnut Head.
Boom, Walnut Heads, yep. They go, you call him captain.
The testy boys.
You have, like, their support.
It doesn't help that their mouths are also all shriveled and wrinkly as far as the testicle comparison goes. And so they're saying that there's an 87% chance that the Doctor will die. And while Commander Spock's life is not in danger, the possibility is 93% that he will suffer brain damage.
Which will cause permanent insanity.
Yeah, and this is the experiment that they're going to do, right? So they're really laying it on thick with Kirk here, trying to get him to step up, and because they're trying to force Kirk into a situation where he needs to be courageous and good and noble. Bones says, men weren't intended to live this far underground. It's just not natural.
Yeah, and like, where's all the light?
Kirk is like, and space travel is?
Yeah, right.
And I'm a doctor, not a coal miner. There's a good one.
Yeah. Now, what's happening?
Spock is trying to fix the Vian's device, and he says, Doctor, you got to help me. And Bones says, I'm not a mechanic. It's like, stop saying what you're not.
Yeah, just help.
And Bones is trying to say, look, man, I should go have them do the experiment on me because you and Kirk together can fix that thing and get y'all and Jem out of there. Well, but there's a chance that Bones would die if they do that.
97% chance.
Yeah, and there was an 87% chance Bones would die and a 93% chance that Spock would have brain damage.
Mm-hmm. I mashed them together.
Dude, you superimposed some numbers. That happens to the best of us. And Kirk is like, the decision will be mine when I make it.
Yeah, no worries. Nothing's going to happen. And so as Kirk is relaxing, Bones kind of sneaks up on him and gives him a hypo.
Yeah, so now Kirk can't fucking sacrifice himself.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? Just take this for the bends. But he's obviously lying to him, and he's like, hey, maybe you should just get knocked out. And so then he goes, as soon as he knocks him out, Spock sits up and he's like, perfect, Bones. You made this situation way more logical and easy for us. And he's like, awesome. Okay, what are you talking about? And he's like, since I am the commander now,
I'm going to do it.
And he's like, what? What are you talking about? This is meant to say so I can do it. And he's like, no, it's because I'm the commanding officer and I have the superior command and post. And since the captain's out, I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Everybody just always wants to sacrifice themselves in this show. I think it's funny. I would be there, and the guy would be like, I'm going to sacrifice myself. And I'd be like, tight, dude.
Let me go figure out this device then.
I'm going to go, I actually think I can figure out the device best, even if I can't and have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I definitely, this device, I know about it from the Academy. It's very similar to something else I worked on.
And then the killer punchline, though, or not even the punchline. The better part, though, comes up when Bones goes behind Spock's back anyways. And
hypos his ass. Yeah.
And Spock's like, you're a dick. You're such a dick. I can't believe you're doing this.
I can't believe you fucking southern piece of shit. One thing I want to mention is, so we mentioned that Kirk had the bends. And
that's right.
We're not talking about the Radiohead album, The Bends. The Bends, and we know about this because we're in California, of course, is when you come up from a depth underwater too quickly, your body can't adjust to the pressure, and it like fucks up your blood vessels and shit. And it can be fatal. And that's the condition that Kirk seems to have after his torture. It like gave him the bends. And so they were treating it and trying to figure that out. And Spock's like, I'm not criticizing your action, everything that you said. And then Bones fucking sneaks up on Spock. And Zap gives him the old hypo.
Yeah, and Spock's like, my decision stands.
Mutiny.
Passes out.
Burp.
Yeah.
Man, he passes out dramatically. He sits down all weird with his arms up on the bench behind him. And then the fucking testy boys show up.
It's funny, too, though, how Bones is like, not this time, Spock. And it's like, yeah, it's true. Everybody's kind of really had a chance to sacrifice themselves. I guess Spock or Bones keeps trying to, but he doesn't really succeed.
Well, he did on the one where he was on the asteroid when the Earth is hollow and I've touched the sky.
He's also stayed behind too, actually, for the Greek people, the Greek telepathic people. But he always wants to be the sacrificial lamb.
Bones and Jem share a look
the most
as he goes off to get the bends, and she's so sad. And now, God, that guy points.
His shirt on.
Yeah, right. But that's fucking hilarious. They were like, they probably didn't even ask him.
Yeah, right.
They were like, we don't need to see Bones' chest. He's fine.
Soon, hard cut to Spock and Kirk being like, "What the fuck just happened?" And Bones is like, or Spock's like, "Well, let me figure out this device."
Yep, it's a control unit, but not a mechanism. In fact, it's not a mechanical device. What the fuck?
What is it?
This control is tuned to one energy pattern produced by the mental impulses of the person who possesses it.
It's like a telepathic weapon.
It's like a telepathic garage door opener, I think.
Yeah, right.
And he's going to try and put it to one of their brain patterns so they can get out of there.
And he's like, and Spock goes, "Well, I can't, connect it to all three of your brain waves, but I can connect it with my brain waves since I'm the most familiar with my brain wave." And Kirk's like, "Shut up, whatever.
Just do it. Just do it.
Let's get out of here, dude."
And let's not think too hard about the fact that the Vians are letting us do this. They let us keep the fucking thing. And they still want to keep... that's so funny that they said we need one subject and then they kept them all anyway,
so
in the next scene.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even trick them if you're just going to do this anyway. It's very, like... oftentimes the villains on these shows are overly dramatic in their plots. It's just like, you could have just said, "Nah, you're our prisoners. We're doing a test."
Well, the funny part too with their weapon, how they slowed Kirk down, and then the next time they use it, they just teleport him.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
We can slow you down. We can teleport you. All I got to do is point at my buddy here, and he's going to wave a garage door opener at you, and I'll tell you what, something's going to fucking happen. I don't know what. You might get slow. You might jump up and down. You might teleport somewhere.
Maybe it was on the wrong setting, and they're like, change it to teleport.
Oh, my God. Yeah, They want to teleport him, but they hit him with the slow one, and then they're just watching him be slow, like, Jesus Christ. How long does that thing take to recharge? Oh, she's just so sad. Oh.
This empath. What is her name?
Jem.
Jem just keeps looking at the camera.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so glad that we got to this note. One of the things that I did not want to miss out on is at about 34 minutes in, Kirk says the best defense is a good offense.
Yeah.
But he pronounces it in a most unhinged way. Listen, Al, he says offense.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking The best defense is a strong offense.
We'll get that cut in.
And I intend to do it. Will we? I don't know. You're going to put that in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take 2 seconds.
You can use my login.
Offense.
He says offense, like OAFENSE. And then they use the teleporter to beam into the room where Bones is. And I'll tell you what, Bones looks fucked up, you guys.
Forgot that shot of Bones was in there.
He's just staring down the barrel of the camera. His face is all bruised. His eyes are all glazed over.
Traumatized.
He's definitely...
Well, his shirt is ripping.
Yeah, so we do see... We get a little skin. So they not only blasted him with waves, but also slashed him.
I guess. That's weird.
Yeah, because they didn't slash Kirk.
And Jem wasn't even in the room when they tortured him.
So it feels like if they're testing her reactions to them...
Maybe they're just checking to see if how much they could push him.
He's got heart damage. His lungs are collapsing. Massive pulmonary collapse. Oh, my God. Bones, you're going to die. And so here's what's happening. Bones is dying. They can make him comfortable. His kidneys are failing. And Jem, she could save him, right?
Yeah.
But as they were discussing earlier, they're worried that if she were to save somebody from death, she would then die.
Yeah.
And so Bones, I like how Bones says Spock has a good bedside manner. At 36, now the episode takes a bit of a turn because it is pretty cool. Like Bones's hurt makeup, his wound makeup is good.
Yeah.
And it is strange how Spock is touching his face. And then when it shows Spock, he's at a weird angle. There's some strange editing going on where they didn't have the absolute dead-centered coverage or whatever that they needed. And it looks like Jem is just sitting mute in a corner, kind of conflicted about what to do here. Dr. McCoy's analysis of her reaction assumes that her instinct for self-defense would prevent her from dying. And Kirk wants her to just strengthen him a little bit so that they can get him out of there and help him.
Yeah, and then they can get him to the Enterprise or something.
Right, and here we go. We're gonna find out because the boys, Kirk and Spock, get trapped in the force field, and then this is where the aliens do the James Bond thing, where they explain their
evil plan.
Their not so evil plan.
Yeah.
So I think so. Al,
They overspeak.
What do you remember about their plan? What do they want to do?
They're trying to decide whether a race of aliens is worth saving from a supernova, right?
Yeah, so
it's going to engulf the planet.
The Vians have enough resources to save one civilization out of the 4 that are in this system. And going, I think it's one of the 4, right? Mm-hmm. So they only have the power to transport one of the inhabitants' planet to safety. So what they're trying to see is if Jem's world is worthy
of being saved,
because if she sacrifices herself to save Kirk, then they are worthy of survival. And Kirk says, how would the death of our friends serve that purpose? But it's not that his death will serve it. It's that her willingness to sacrifice herself. So they're saying that Kirk and the gang, they taught her compassion. That's why they brought them. That's why they brought them down there. Your love of life, your passion to know, they are recorded in her being. Her planet will be fortunate. And so they're kind of revealing their hand. She should really do it to save her planet.
Yeah,
like you'd think this would have to be a blind study where she doesn't know that that's what's happening. Because she's an empath and she touched Kirk and Bones, she's taken their willingness to live, and the solar winds are blasting outside, and they're basically the subject of this test. And they just want to find out if she'll sacrifice herself to save Bones.
And while they're talking, you see Jem kind of worried and, is finally placing her hands over Bones. Mm-hmm. And where you see, again, she's feeling his pain and literally just taking she's carrying the load on her back.
Yeah, she's removing it. And the director was just like, take his pain and put it in your hands and then absorb it.
Tough.
And
it's so weird. It must have been an interesting shot.
It is weird, but
the effects are cool though.
So she takes his pain and she gets real fucked up from it.
Immediately.
The changing her face to match his is really good. Mm-hmm. It's very like Wolfman kind of effects, like with just the dissolve to her wearing the makeup. And so she stops, right, before she can finish and die. And they say she does not yet have the instinct to save her people, the scrote heads.
Jeez.
And so they're so that's, she doesn't have the instinct to save her people. And it's like, what the fuck? And now Kirk's going to go into lawyer mode, right?
Yeah.
Because he's going to say, they want them to heal Bones, basically, and they're not going to let him. And then she decides to sacrifice herself, or she goes and she helps him more. And Bones is saying, don't, I can't destroy life, even if it's saving my own. So Bones is basically begging her to not use all of her power to save him. And then she does, and she dies. And then Kirk and Spock figure out that if they're going to get out of this field, they have to be weak and not use any energy. Because the more energy they use, the stronger the force field is. And then they walk out and find I assume is dead Jem, Bones, who's been fixed. And they're just like, well, you got to save our friend at least. And they won't. Say, no, we will not. That chode. Yeah. He sucks. He's like, no, we will not. And they say they keep wanting to do the test. And Spock says the test is complete. Jem has earned the right of survival for her planet. She offered her life. To offer is not proof enough if death is all you understand. And then basically Kirk is saying, here are 4 lives for her 1. So they give them their weapons back. And he basically says, you've kind of lost the plot.
Yeah.
You don't understand what it is to live. You've been doing this experiment. You fucking morons. Love and compassion are dead in you. And isn't that interesting? Because they are on a mission to try and save a planet. So they think, hey, we're these cool, benevolent, scrotum-headed beings, right? We're the testy boys, And Kirk says, you don't actually have fucking compassion. You're all intellect.
Yeah, they just have good intentions, but turns out to shit.
And that's all they needed to hear. Mm-hmm. They've been doing this experiment for who knows how long, killed multiple test subjects. And then Kirk goes off on him and says, you chodes, you're chodes.
Yeah.
And then they go, you know what?
How could you be so ignorant?
You know what? We are chodes. And then he just walks over and fucking saves Bones. And then they pick her up. Is she dead?
I don't know. I thought she just passed out.
Oh, yeah. I guess she just passed out. Oh, because she didn't end up dying, but she offered her life and then didn't need to.
That's true.
These fucking assholes. Just save the planet.
Yeah, right.
Save the planet that's got the best food. I think they're going about it the wrong way. If anything, it shouldn't be the compassionate people. You save the planet that's got the best food. And nobody's got it, and they got a lot of vacation days. That's what you want to look for. You want to look for good food, spicy food, a lot of vacation days. And so that's it. They basically say, hey, you're right. They take her to fix her up, and presumably they're going to save her planet.
Yeah.
And then we get another awesome remastered shot of the Enterprise as we're going into the wrap-up. And there's a Mars-like planet in the background where they just were. And Kirk is just saying, look, man, I'm odd. And Bones says, she awed me too. And Bones says, I wasn't talking about Jem. I was talking about that in all of limitless space, we should come together with Jem. And Spock says, Captain, the element of chance cannot be overlooked by a civilization as advanced as the Vians. Scotty says, not to dispute your computer, but I would say she's a pearl of a great price. And they say, what, Scotty? And he goes, do you not know the story of the merchant? Oh, don't you know the folksy story from my homeland about the merchant who spends his whole life... He spends his whole life's money on one pearl, and then he's only got one pearl, and it fucking sucks. And he goes, she was of great value, but with all their scientific knowledge and advances, it was a good old-fashioned human emotion, Bones says. Perhaps the Vulcans should hear about this. I love that little bit where Bones is like, human emotion saved the day. Perhaps we could cram that up the Vulcans' fucking asses. And Spock is like, what does Spock say? And then, Kirk says, Spock, perhaps you can transmit Bones' message to the Vulcans that human emotion can fucking do some good. And he says, possibly, Captain. I shall certainly give it the thought and consideration it is due. What a catty bitch, right? He's like, oh, I'll get right on it, Captain. I'll treat it with all the importance that it deserves, which is none. And that's the end. That's a good shot of them on the bridge. And that is, what was this episode called?
The Empath.
The Empath. The Empath. Let's get into it.
Want to be the dark room?
Yeah, we'll get into it. What did you think about the Empath? Don't rate it yet. Just say what you thought.
I'm not gonna rate it just yet. I think there's just bits and pieces that I really liked. The guest star did a really good job. The aliens were cool. I just think the solutions were just really simple, and it was like, they're getting tortured? Like, maybe, I guess? Like, there's got to be a different way to torture them?
Right? It was a remarkably cheap-looking episode. I think they did a lot with what they had. But
they did go outside. They saw the
solar
storm.
winds. The solar winds. Continue. I interrupted.
And then we
you.
did see, though, actually some shots of the Enterprise. Possibly the best part, the funniest part of the season, when he was like, "I'm sure Mr. Kirk is fine, and if anything, he's probably more worried about us than we are about him."
Cut to him being tortured.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
it's hilarious. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was solid. I just think, the set missing just like really threw me off. They all blended together, these scenes.
And maybe that was intentional because they're doing an experiment. So it's very limited or controlled, There's not a lot of variables around. You don't want variables in an experiment.
A sterile white room, with everything white, that'd be cool too.
Yeah, I feel like that would have been $10 more to have the room be white because of all the lighting they would have to do. And it's so much, I think it's a lot easier to light the way that they had to do it. But
yeah, with the rainbow laser too.
I do like it when it's kind of like a play.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like when Kirk was wearing the spacesuit on the bridge in Wink of an Eye, and no, not Wink of an Eye, the one where he teleported into liminal space or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's just like standing on the bridge, and he's the only one there. Oh, that's man! True.
And I mean, that's what's really solid still about these last seasons is that they can be handed a terrible script, but they're still going to do a great job acting it. Like it's never really been like too bad. Plus, when Shatner hams it up when he's like, "My crew, where'd you put them? Where'd you take them?" It's funny, it's entertaining.
Right?
But, I don't know. I just thought there wasn't really anything missing. I just think maybe the stakes could have been risen. Maybe a red shirt could have gotten tortured or like some crazy stuff.
Oh, we could have saw somebody. Well, I guess so. We do see the two dead scientists.
Yeah, that's true.
They could have found if they would have found video of the scientists being tortured.
Ooh, that's true.
It would have been a little better.
Also, why didn't the scientists say anything? I don't know. Why did they try to figure out what the hell was going on?
The scientists were just dead.
Yeah, right. They were just like.
They had a crazy headache, and then they got teleported to where they would be tortured and put in a tube. Right? Yeah, we just saw them disappear on the data tape. So you think could have used more stakes? We could have We could have.
Maybe the ship could have been in danger.
Yeah, they did just bounce. The ship did just bounce. And then they're like, we'll be back in 24 hours or whatever. Try and not die. I thought there was some cool, there's some good bits. We got Bones saying, I'm not a coal miner, I'm a doctor.
Yeah, right.
And then seconds later, he says, I'm not a mechanic. It's like, boom, back to back, Bones saying the thing that he isn't instead of a doctor.
So
fucking love it. I love it. I thought that was great. I thought it was awesome that Bones drugs them. And then so that he can do whatever the fuck he wants. That's very cool. Kirk saying offense.
That is a good part when Bones drugs everybody. Because it's like you never see him kind of come out on top too often.
Yeah, and he did it.
Three of them.
Yeah, he really got one over on them. Let me
drugging them.
see here. What was my do not forget? So yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a decent episode, especially having a guest star that doesn't speak. They did a good job with the silent, with Jem being silent, and I too liked the special effects of the scrotum head people. Like they look cool. It's just unfortunately looks like testiclets. And so what else? Don't miss Shatner's slow motion acting was amazing. I honestly loved the reveal that they are testing Jem to see if her civilization is worthy of saving. And then Kirk turns it around on them and is like, is your civilization worth saving if you're judging?
Things,
right? You're all intellect. So honestly, moving on to the ratings, because we're already coming up on an hour here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, not super hot yet. I'm going to give it a 4. I liked it. I like the twist that they're testing her to save her society. It's kind of funny that Kirk just like with a conversation basically renders all of their fucking findings.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, what's with the scientists just being like, hey, don't fucking torture us? Maybe they were just really old and they're like, ooh, not Starfleet soldiers.
Yeah. So
Starfleet scientists.
Well, I mean,
the mental fortitude.
They could just get zapped. Like you forget that those guys have the gay force field and the hand rays that knock you down, and the hand ray that makes you slow motion. So really, those scientists,
picture them holding
like
chains up, right?
Yeah, like your two scientists that you wanted to be the hero and try and break free. They were probably slow motion, and these guys are not the Enterprise crew. Exactly, these are just fucking scientists.
They're not trained.
They don't know nothing about slow motion acting.
They were probably losing their minds.
Yeah, they know nothing about no slow-mo.
Especially in the dark room like that, too. A 4 then.
I gave it a 4, yeah. What about you? It's cool if we disagree.
Like
We're usually right on it.
3 and a 5.
You want to give it a 3.5?
No, 3 out of 5.
I think. 3 out of 5. Yeah. I think that's a good score for an episode with
it's not like
minimal sets.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Minimal sets. You're right. The solid acting is obviously what had to save this episode, because there's really nothing too much going on. Like there's not crazy action. They almost escape once, but then it's not really an escape. I
feel like it would have pushed it up to like a 3.5 or a 4 for you if they would have replaced one of the scenes of them dealing with the empath with the Enterprise having to deal with some shit. And I think that that would have worked for me too. Yeah, it's so much it's so much her just looking at the fucking camera.
Exactly. That's the other thing too. The fact that she can't talk. It's like it's not really too crazy to draw me in. But
I give it a 4 for the structure of the fucking
aliens
of the story, and the aliens looking cool, and the and the rainbow force field. So I gave it a 4. You gave it a 3. I think this is one of the widest disparities we've had in a while. We usually hit pretty close, but all right. So that was the Empath.
The Empath.
And Al always usually recommends music. What do you got to recommend?
I mean, there's a lot that dropped this week. There was this rapper JPEG Mafia. He dropped an album. One of my favorite producers ended up making a song on there too, which was pretty good. Fred Again, he's going to come out with an album in like 10 days, I guess.
Fred Again.
Charlie XCX, she just dropped a remix of one of her songs with Billie Eilish. And that's going to go, what is it? Viral, I guess. And then
Platinum.
Let me think, what else? I don't know. There's just a lot of good music out right now that it's like pretty overwhelming. There's some cool like Olympic events. I guess I've been catching some clips, but nothing too crazy. Let's see. And some really chill music then. This guy released an album. It's like kind of lo-fi, slower, chill beats. It's SWUM, so like swum.
Like swim, swam, swum.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But it's very laid back, lo-fi music that I thought was really relaxing after a crazy day. It's just been getting really hot out there, so people are on the edge.
Yeah. Yeah, the heat wave is spread to everybody's fucking brains. And now it's cooling off and our brains can't catch up. Well, good. Listen to Swam, gang. Well, I'm going to say there's new Futurama.
Yeah.
So that's what I have to recommend new Futurama for my thing out of love of the show.
Just for people to know, obviously, the Batman show, too.
Well, yeah, we watched the trailer for Cape Crusader. I haven't watched it yet. I can't vouch for it or recommend it, but the trailer looked cool. I did watch the first episode of the new Futurama season, and I was worried that it was going to be bad because NFTs are central to the plot.
What?
And so I thought it was going to be cringe and bad. They're always 2 years behind because of the production cycle, right? The same thing happened. They did a Bitcoin episode last season. It's just because of how long it takes to produce. So I thought it was going to be cringe because of that, but it was actually very good.
Oh, cool. And
it was coupled with an excellent, not really a B story. It's kind of a two-hander sort of thing. So check out the new Futurama. There was something else that I wanted to recommend, but I will save it for next time because I've forgotten what it is.
Cool.
So yeah, listen to Swum if you want to chill after a hot day.
And Futurama.
Watch the new Futurama on Hulu or Disney Plus. Funny thing,
they got their collab.
They just added all of Futurama to Disney Plus, so I was like, every time it gets added to a new streaming service, I rewatch all the episodes because I don't like the idea of not having them all have the little watched bar at the bottom. So
Nice.
we've been rewatching, and god damn, it's just such a good show.
Yeah.
So check that out.
Cool. Oh, what's next week?
There we go. That is a very good question, my friend. Next week's episode of Star Trek, the original series, is... Oh, that's right. Ilan of Troyos.
Troyos.
They pronounce it Troyos.
Troyos.
It's a play on Helen of Troy, but it doesn't track.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
We're going to get into that next week because that's something I know a little bit about. I spent way too much money to study Greek mythology in school.
My extent is like God of War.
Yeah, and even that gets it better than this. But yeah, so next week we're going to talk about Ilan of Troyos. And thanks so much for listening to Trek in the Valley.
Thank you, guys.
Really appreciate y'all. And do everything in the bumper. Rate, review, subscribe, whatever. And have a good one.
Peace.
Bye. Trek in the Valley is executive produced by Adam Ordall Quinnell and Al Hirt. Theme song by Al Hirt. Recorded by Adam. Mixed and edited by Al. Check the show notes for our socials. And you can email the pod at trekinthevalley, all one word, @gmail.com. Like, subscribe, review, and always explore strange new fucking world.